So we've got this plane here that's turning on and turning off. I wasn't gonna film all this stuff today. I came out to show you something else. I'll show you in a minute, but just take a look at this sky, folks. They're spraying the skies, folks. They're spraying them. And it's not with steam, it's not with moisture, it's not with vapour. I say ad nauseum, folks. It's not with ice crystals. It's with nanoparticles, smart dust. Yeah, the corrosive shit. Strontium, barium, lithium, aluminium oxides. Even human animal depleted blood cells, you know. Weigh that up. Why do they want us to ingest that? Human animal depleted blood cells, folks. Think about that. And you can Google strengthened, toughened concrete. They use human blood cells. They use the blood from dead carcasses to create a super light but super strength concrete. Think about that. But it's not just animal blood cells, folks. It's human animal blood cells. Cadmium, coal fly ash and such. Look at this beautiful scene. It's stunning. Yeah, without me having to even zoom in on these things. We have the beauty. And the world is still very much a farm and very much a park. But we're told that it's an overcrowded shithole that needs a reset, folks. We'll go a bit further because there's stuff I want to show you down here. I get a calling now and again, and I can't come down here anymore because the dogs, on my own I can. But the dogs can't walk this far anymore. It's miles from where I live. And I'm lucky if I can get 2 miles out of them now, which is a mile from home and a mile back. But as you can see, behind me, you can see in front of me, nothing for miles, the odd tractor, maybe the odd car, farm, quad bike or something. No one walking at all. But I'll get into this farm in a minute now and then I'll show you what calls me and makes me happy to come and see. And the beauty of man's ingenuity. It's been around for God knows how long now, folks. The railway. So I can hear a grunting just over the fence here. Drumming noise. This is why I came. I heard the calling, so I came. I've come to see these things. The world is still a very beautiful place with very beautiful species. Folks, just look at these. We zoom in a little. And the sad thing is, above this lot, they're spraying the skies. As you can see above me, folks. Above us they are spraying the skies, spraying these heavy metal contaminants, folks, that affects every single living, breathing thing. Every living, breathing thing, folks. Even the molecules, the mollusks, the microbes in the oceans, the stuff that floats around in the air that we can't see. Every living, breathing thing is under threat from this shit jettisoned from these aircraft that does not get me wet, folks. Hello there. So these things don't like me getting too close down here, so they tend to kick out these things. These four, sorry, there's another one in the stable there. There's a jet above me, I don't know if you'll hear the sound of it. But they're changing their climate. They're not changing the weather, they're not altering the weather. Yeah, they've affected the weather because they've fucked it off and replaced it with this climate, folks, that they can then change and tell you quite truthfully that there's climate change, folks. Let's take a look at this. Take a look how beautiful. Can you hear that fucking thing roaring above my head? Look at these apples here, folks. The size of these things. I've got some eggs here. These two tups having a nap. There's life all around, folks. You've only got to look around the fields and see the sheep dotted everywhere. Hello, you. Smile, you're famous. Look at this, it's beautiful. Even this growing up the side of the shed here, look, folks. Old, bold and beautiful, yeah. Meant to be there. We are meant to be here. These are meant to be there. And then you've got the likes of the World Economic Forum and all the other fuckers, the Bilderbergers, the Davos crowd, telling us that we shouldn't be, Prince Charles and all them, telling us that there's too many of us and there's a perpetual balance number we must be called into. Not in my fucking book, there isn't, folks. But they're pulling this nonsense and they're going to get away with a large majority of it. There's no denying that, folks. They're going to get away with a massive amount of this criminality because they've captured the governments, they've captured the court systems. They are now corrupt. So the sights and sounds down here are beautiful. And all these lot here. I wish they wouldn't just run away. Look at this lot. There we go. I'm sorry about the crappy zooming, folks. It is what it is. There may be shitty films. Yeah, but I don't budget for that. I have no fucking budget. I can afford to do what I do, and I do it really well, considering, folks. You don't need to be a fucking movie mogul to capture this. And to capture the truth and show the proof, folks, it costs fuck all. And if you don't want to capture it, at least come out and witness the bastard. Yeah, witness what I'm witnessing. Get away from your towns and your cities. Yeah, don't take your mobile phones. And I promise you, folks, you won't want to go back. You definitely won't want to go fucking back. You'll be sick like I am. I'm sick every time I have to come down off the moorlands, folks. There's life all around here still. Just about. You get to the towns and cities, you don't even see a fucking fly. You certainly don't see ants and bugs and things on the scale that we can still see down here. Which I even see beetles down here. In the towns and cities now, you can't. You can't find them at all. Peacocks, PNs, everything's here. And this is someone's little small holding. Yeah, no money's made by people coming viewing these things. It's just someone's private little bolt or private residence for these alpacas, llamas, whatever they are. And then we got the sow over here, this big thing. And of course there's the beauty of everything, the beauty of the day, the beauty of the trees. I'll just go a little bit further, folks. Just look at it. There's life everywhere. On the chopped down tree here, I'll zoom in on. Yeah, you can hear the birds, bird song. And it's a calling, folks, it's a calling. You have to hear it and you have to come to it. Don't ignore it. Yeah, most people's callings now is the radiation when they wake up in the morning and they've got to reach for that phone, reach for that device, reach for the remote control. But folks, that's not nature. Yeah, this is fucking nature here. This is nature, this is it. This is what we need to fucking protect and preserve. Yeah, all this bollocks about climate change, folks. It's nonsense, it's utter nonsense. All these beautiful animals and the cows and the feed that we rely on, yeah, now gradually being killed off and replaced with lab-grown meat. And the vegetation, hybrids and genetically modified, so they call it. That's not modification, it's crudification. You don't modify something by making it less than what it ever was, and that's what they're fucking doing, folks. So I'm about 4 or 5 miles away from home, at the other side of the maze. I didn't want to walk through it, so we've walked, well I have personally walked around it. I'm sick that my dogs are not with me. Let's take a look at this, folks. No traffic, peace and tranquility. It's beautiful. And it's something that we all should embrace, folks. All of it. They keep telling us there's not enough food to go around, not enough resources. You know, this earth grows with us. Yeah? Doing the same fucking thing. When you observe the things that I observe, it doesn't sound as ridiculous. The more shit we produce, natural shit, yeah, the more the earth grows, folks. Just have a think about it. Have a think about it. Have a think about those of you that have stables and have farms. And all that shit from your animals is then spread on the land, and the fields rise and lengthen and widen, folks. The world's a fucking farm, and we're not farming it, we're arming it and big farmering it. It's crazy, and I get angry about it, and I have every fucking right to be angry about it. The beauty, it cannot be denied, folks. It can't. And they tell us this came from a big fucking bank. Did it, folk? The fucking stupid nonsense, folks. Very, very clever big bang. Yep, big explosion. Nothing good ever come from an explosion, but we're told it did. We're told we now exist from that, and it's gone on and on and on. The story of where we come from gets more fucking absurd by the fucking year, folks. And the more stupid it gets, the more fucking psychotic and psychopathic the way we're being programmed. Excuse me, phone's bleeping. Just take a look here as we go down to the river, folks. It's gorgeous. If you've got places like this, or you can drive to somewhere like this, folks, then I urge you to do it. Seriously. Make sure that these gates are in a position where the animals can't get out. There we go. This is where all life starts, folks. Look at it. It stops when you get home. Yeah, it doesn't start when you get up in the morning, put the TV on and make the fucking toast and all that bollocks. It starts here. It does, it starts here, folks. It starts out in the fucking natural. The size of this thing, about 12 foot high, folks. Huge. And even in fucking death, you know, even the bereavement is an achievement for these things, folks. What do we get? We're not out on display, still looking gorgeous and beautiful. We're fucking shoved in a fucking kiln and fucking switched up to fry and fucking turn to powder. So I'm going to try and get through this field now before these cows spot me in the field, because they are curious fuckers and they are intimidating. So I try and get across before 30 or 40 of them come stampeding. You can see them in the distance here. I can linger just a little bit. This is home, folks. Yeah, this is home. This is true home. It's not bricks, it's not mortar, it's not metal, it's not tile, it's not fiberglass. So I've got about 4 miles now through these fields. Hopefully there's not too many harvests, cows and sheep and shit. Even in death, like I've said, folks, there's beauty. Sprawling fields, folks. They go on forever. And I'm fortunate, me, that I see no one. But I'm unfortunate in the fact now that my dogs don't want to do these walks anymore. And my wife hasn't been able to walk since we came here, really, since before we came here. But the past few months her walking's just got to a point where she can't walk anywhere. Maybe round the supermarket for 20 minutes, that's it. And it's becoming a lonely place, folks. You feel the isolation. I always thought when I was young that I would want to be somewhere like this. I'm not happy here anymore. And most people say they give their eye fucking teeth to be here where I am. Well, like we did. We sacrificed everything. We came 100 miles away from our kids. Yeah, we sacrificed seeing them all the time to be here, to be away from the towns and cities where the shit is taking place, and to try and escape this smart stuff that's now encroaching on us here. 20-mile-an-hour zones, the zoning signs are going in, the plans to pedestrianise the fucking place. Miles from anywhere, cell towers, cameras going up. We came here, they went on of that. But, you know, it is what it fucking is, isn't it? So, my wife needs to be back near the kids, so as soon as we sell up, we're back near the kids. Just take a look. I've got miles of this now and no one to talk to. So the camera comes out the fucking pocket. Yeah? Because I feel the loneliness. When I'm in the house with Debbie, we talk all the time when we're travelling in the car. And believe me, it's fucking miles between anywhere here. We talk non-stop. We've always had that rapport. We've always had that relationship where we get on really well. We don't argue, we don't fall out, we don't fucking fight. We play fight, you know, we take the piss as we call it. But she's not with me, and I want her with me. I don't want to be walking with fucking strangers. And where I live here, it's a village full of 70-year-olds. They can't walk the walks I do. The dogs can't fucking do it, never mind me. Never mind them, sorry. So I'm left to my own devices, folks. I just wanted to show you, and I'll show you the river in a minute, and then I'll shut up. Basically, I'll clam up, as the saying goes. We just have a look around me here, folks. I'll try and keep it slow. Centre of the shot there, we got more livestock. The birds are plentiful and bountiful down here. We get to the river's edge now, just beyond this tree line here. You don't see anyone, you don't hear anyone, you don't see any cars or trucks. And some days it's quite deafening when you don't hear the birds and the crickets and things. That sound of silence is louder than most of the noises. And that's the fucking truth, that, folks. So we'll head on over to the tree line now. Don't know what these things are really. The side of the river here. But life itself, these vines wrapping around it, clinging to it. They're still alive. Look at it. It's a gorgeous colour, gorgeous brown. And this is where we see a lot of the dragonflies early morning down here. So we're at the river's edge just about. We'll try and get a better shot of it further down. Now this is just, what is it, 22, 23 minute snapshot of a tiny, tiny area, folks. Yeah. Just think what the rest of the world holds. I've longingly wanted to visit the outback in Australia and to drive across the Nullarbor Plain and up into Uluru, Ayers Rock, Alice Springs, up into Darwin, the Northern Territories, across the farms in Queensland, been to Adelaide. Adelaide was beautiful at the time. Melbourne, you know, the Blue Mountains, and Rottnest Island. Look at it, folks, it's just a tiny snapshot of what the majority of you are missing because you don't make the effort to go out and see it. This is better than a fucking phone in your hand. Yeah, this is the real thing, and it costs nothing. That fucking thing in your hand, you're all scrolling all day long, is costing you. It's costing you time, costing you energy, costing you mentality. And costing you in all those fucking things you buy you do not need, folks. This is home and this is free. This is the fucking canopy. Yeah, this is it. It's beautiful. There's even beauty in this lot here. There's no graffiti down here. There's no crime. There's no fly tipping, folks. No vandalism. And everything's natural. So we're at the other end of the field now. And with another field or two to get through. Some of the Polish farmers come down here. They come over from Poland for the harvesting season, and as you can see, they cook on this thing here. They eat off the table here. Take the canoe and the fishing rods down into the river here. And normally this is open, and it's normally full of whiskey and beer and all sorts of other things, folks. And that's it. So I've got about, I don't know how long now, a couple of miles to get back now. As the chap comes down here, the farmer just allows him to grow his potatoes and stuff, yeah, in rows, his onions, as you can see here. And then he distributes them around the village. He drops his strawberries off for us. My only concern is that he gets his water from the river, and there's an overspill from the land into that river when the winter comes and they've been spraying pesticides, herbicides and all the rest of it, folks. But we never refuse, yeah, we take the stuff that he gives to us and we dispose of it. We don't feel that we can ever eat it, folks. But just take a look here. Look at his little garden he's surrounded himself with, yeah, and he costs fuck all. And he's got beetroots here, cabbages. He brings us rhubarb and stuff, potatoes. You can't just readily eat it because I've noticed tubs of Roundup and Miracle Grow, so, but we are polite with the chap. So this is the last gate before I get on this lonely road back. Get back to my house, get back to Debbie, make her a drink. And she can watch what she's missed and realise really that she hasn't missed anything, because the majority of the videos I do are for her because she can't get out and about, folks. So that's the end of the video here for now. They are spraying the sky, folks, and they are telling you lies about all these viruses, folks. They're not telling you the truth. Yeah, but the truth is always in plain sight and plain right. You just got to find it, folks. You won't find it on Google. You won't find it on Wikipedia. You've got to just deep dive. And it'll all become apparent. And then you can learn all about the abhorrent. And with that shot, get G0.